At the end of part 2, I made you a promise. We found an $800 mistake in our Switzerland planning, and I said we'd resolve it in this video. Here's the update. We actually did better than that. A lot better. By the time we finished the math, we weren't looking at $800 in savings. We were looking at nearly $1,300. I'll walk you through exactly how that happened. 3 videos in. Today is the payoff. 6 home bases, and one of them broke every rule I set for this trip. The complete hiking system, 15 trails ranked, 5 Tier 1 hikes you absolutely do not leave Switzerland without, train passes, the full story, and for hotels, I'll be honest, this is the shortest section in the video, and there's a good reason for that. Let's finish the plan. When this video airs, we will already be in Switzerland. In part 2, we divided Switzerland into 3 distinct regions and built what I call home bases, towns where you plant your flag and run multiple day activities without moving your luggage every night. Our general rule was a minimum of 3 nights per base, preferably 4. Here's the full picture.
Most travel guides just say, stay in Interlaken or stay in Lucerne. You're saying that whole approach is backwards?
Completely. If you pick a city first, you spend 2 hours on a train every day because your hotel is in the wrong town for what you're actually trying to do. We flipped it. Activities first. Find the regions with the most Tier 1 experiences, then find a town inside that region that puts you closest to everything. 5 of the 6 home bases made immediate sense. Zermatt, the Matterhorn, Gornergrat, the altitude, one of the most iconic places on Earth. Grindelwald, the Eiger, Jungfraujoch, first cliff walk. Murren, car-free, sits above the clouds, cable car access only, direct to Lauterbrunnen Valley and the Schilfern. Lucerne, gateway to central Switzerland, beautiful lake town, connects everything. And Engelberg, world-class hiking, Mount Titlis, and by week 3 your body needs an intentional reset.
That's 5. You said one broke every rule. Which one?
Interlaken. And we actually handled this one a little differently. My rule was stay as close to your Tier 1 activities as possible. Interlaken is a gateway town, not a hiking destination. By my own system, it shouldn't have made the list. But at the end of 3 weeks in the mountains, there's something powerful about spending 3 nights on Lake Brienz at the historic Grand Hotel Giesbach, right next to the Giesbach waterfalls. Short train ride to hiking, gorges, everything else. Some decisions aren't about efficiency. They're about a memory you carry for the rest of your life. Interlaken made the list.
I love that. But practical question. 6 home bases, 3 regions. How do you move between all of them without a rental car and without going broke?
That is exactly the right question. And the answer is where the $1,300 story lives. I need to bring someone in.
Steve, I have a confession. I spent 6 hours trying to figure out Swiss train passes. National passes, regional passes, mountain railway passes, day passes, half-fare passes. I watched 2 hours of YouTube videos, and I still don't know what I'm supposed to buy.
Eugene, only 6 hours? That's actually impressive.
Honestly, Eugene is describing exactly what happened to us. The system is genuinely confusing, and we almost made an expensive mistake because of it. So, instead of guessing, we built a spreadsheet. Every train, every mountain railway, every gondola, every major transportation cost for 4 weeks in Switzerland. Then we ran the numbers against 3 different pass options. The Swiss half-fare card. The Swiss half-fare card costs 150 Swiss francs, lasts 30 days, and cuts most transportation costs in half. When we applied it to our actual itinerary, it reduced our total transportation costs by roughly 915 Swiss francs, about $1,190. Subtract the cost of the card itself, and we're still ahead by nearly $1,000. That made it an easy decision.
So, the first answer was simple. Buy the half-fare card. Is my problem solved?
Not quite, because then we looked at the pass everyone talks about in the Jungfrau region, the Jungfrau Travel Pass. A lot of YouTube influencers push it alongside the half-fare card, and at first glance, it looks like a no-brainer. But here's the catch. It only creates real savings if you're riding multiple mountain lifts and railways in the same day. Our itinerary doesn't work that way. We run 1 major mountain experience per day. That's the tier system from part 2 in this reward planning series. So when we ran the Jungfrau Pass numbers against our actual schedule, it generated about 176 Swiss francs of additional savings. The discounted 8-day pass still costs 255 Swiss francs. It doesn't pay for itself.
So maximum savings came from buying the half-fare card and skipping the Jungfrau Pass entirely.
Exactly. Our total transportation savings came out to roughly 994 Swiss francs, nearly $1,300 compared to paying regular fares. Now the Jungfrau Pass might still be worth it for convenience. You don't have to think about tickets or calculate every ride. You just hop on and go. That's a personal choice. But if your goal is maximizing value and you're running one major excursion per day, the math strongly favors the half-fare card. Build the itinerary first, then buy the pass that fits it.
That one decision saved nearly $1,000 before you ever stepped onto a train. Swiss transportation has become logical again.
Quick ask. If this Switzerland system is useful, hit subscribe. We're heading to Switzerland in a week. The actual trip footage comes after that. Everything we just planned, for real. We evaluated 15 hiking experiences across all 3 regions. Every trail ranked on difficulty, distance, elevation gain, estimated time, and overall experience.
So, the green rows, those are the 5 hikes you build the whole trip around?
Exactly. I am doing 5 Tier 1 hikes. Let me walk through them, because each one tells a completely different story about what hiking Switzerland actually means. Eiger Trail, Grindelwald, 3.8 miles, moderate difficulty. The north face of the Eiger, one of the most famous and feared mountain walls in climbing history, is right there beside you the entire time. The whole hike. Here's what you need to know about this trail, and honestly, every significant hike in the Alps. The descent tests your knees far more than the ascent. Uphill is cardiovascular. Downhill is structural. For men over 40, quad strength and hip stability are what protect your knee joints on the way down. This is not a small thing. If you've been putting in the work, you will earn this trail. Oeschinensee Panorama Loop, 5.5 miles, moderate to hard. You take a gondola up to Kandersteg and hike into a natural bowl. At the bottom sits an emerald lake, surrounded on 3 sides by sheer cliffs, with waterfalls coming straight off the rock face. This is the hike that made us stop and say, wait, is this a real place? It doesn't look like it belongs on Earth. Männlichen to Kleine Scheidegg, 3 miles, easy to moderate. You walk toward the Eiger, Mönch, and Jungfrau almost the entire way. If somebody asks me for the highest scenery to effort ratio in Switzerland, this trail is on the short list. It finishes at Kleine Scheidegg station, direct connection to Grindelwald or Lauterbrunnen, so there's no backtracking.
That should be the tagline for this whole channel.
It basically is. Keep going. Stoos Ridge, about 3 miles, moderate. You ride a chairlift to the ridge and hike from Klingenstock to Fronopstock, with Lake Lucerne on one side and the Alps on the other. This may be the most dramatic ridge walk in Switzerland. The lake is so far below you, it almost doesn't look real. Schynige Platte Panorama Loop, 3.7 miles, 780 feet of climbing, moderate. A historic cogwheel train takes you to the trailhead, and from there you hike a ridge with Interlaken, Lake Thun, Lake Brienz, and the entire Bernese Oberland laid out below you. That is the last of our 5 Tier 1 must-dos.
Can we just go right now? Skip the rest of the planning. Let's just go.
That's the goal. And for me, this is personal. 12 months ago, I was over 275 pounds. I couldn't have done any of these hikes. Today, at 62, I'm planning to stand on these trails. That is the whole point. Build strength for the life you want, then go live it. Switzerland is the reward, but the real reward is what you built to get there.
And what about the other 9 hikes on the table?
That's exactly why we built the 2-tier system in the previous video for activities. Tier 2 weather activities gives us flexibility when weather changes, when our legs need a rest day, or when we discover something unexpected. Tier 2 optional activities include some of the most challenging hikes live. Tanzbodeli at 3,000 feet of elevation gain. Trift Bridge if we want something dramatic and technical. The goal was never one perfect hike. It was a system flexible enough to handle 4 weeks in the Swiss Alps. Here's something the keyword data confirmed. Hotels are the least searched topic in Switzerland travel planning. And honestly, it makes sense. You're outdoors almost all day. You're hiking, you're on trains, you're experiencing things. The hotel is where you fall into bed exhausted, in the best possible way. Here are our 4 criteria. It's a launch pad, not a destination. But where that launch pad sits still matters.
So most of the time, you're optimizing for location, not luxury.
Most of the time, yes. But we made 2 exceptions, and I'm not apologizing for either one. In Zermatt, we're staying at Montservin Palace. 5-star, 5-minute walk to everything in the village. After the planning we've done for this trip, it felt like the right call. In Engelberg, we're at Kempinski Palace, also 5-star, 2-minute walk to the station. By week 3, your body has been working hard at altitude for 21 days. Engelberg is our deliberate reset. Real meals, indoor pool, spa, time to let the body recover before the final push. Recovery isn't something you earn after the trip. It's built into the system. We shopped rates across a few booking sites. Booking.com and Expedia consistently gave us the best discounts for this trip. Worth checking both before you commit to anything. 3 videos. You now have the complete Switzerland travel planning system. Part 1. How to get there. Flights. The Transalpine train from Milan through the Italian Alps into Zermatt. Part 2. How to decide what to do. The tier system. 3 regions. Activity prioritization. Part 3. How to execute. 6 home bases. The train pass decision. 15 hikes ranked. The hotel framework. This is the plan I wish I had when I started. Zoe, one takeaway from today.
The wrong choice looked like the right choice until you ran the math. Build the itinerary first, run the numbers, then buy the pass. That one step saved nearly $1,300.
Eugene,
I'm doing the 5 Lakes Trail. That's all I've decided. I'll figure out the rest when I get there.
next up, we're actually there. Rome first. Then the Italian high-speed train from Rome to Milan. Then the iconic trains through the mountains into Switzerland. Everything we spent 3 videos planning, we do it for real. To every man watching this who's been telling himself someday, hear this. Someday is a decision, not a date on a calendar. Build strength for the life you want. Earn your reward. See you in Switzerland.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching our video. Check out part 1 in our 3-part series on planning reward travel. Also, if you are traveling around the world like we are, you will want to check out our final planning videos about surviving jet lag and preparing for possible altitude sickness. Leave a comment if you want us to videotape anything in particular while we are in Italy and Switzerland. We will be posting videos from the trip in late July. Finally, all rewards are not international journeys. We are posting videos about local hikes in Texas that Steve could not have done 1 year ago. It's all about establishing goals and planning your adventure rewards.
Every journey starts with a decision to train, to take control of your health, to build strength for the life you want and earn your reward.